This is bloody stupid, I tell you. YouTube desktop manager is telling me my most recent video has over 5,000 views, but the average watch time is less than a minute. I don't understand. This is absolute bollocks. Please subscribe to my Patreon. How's it going, everybody? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, coming at you with a quick video, and I do mean quick. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I want to talk about a game that I managed to finish today. Before we get to that, I do want to quickly mention there's apparently been an update from Intellivision Corporation, and I don't know if it was on the Intellivision website or where this was posted, but they're basically putting it out there, hurry up while supplies last, kind of working an angle that they're getting to the end of their stock of games that they have in a warehouse somewhere. So I don't know if that's true or not. Seems kind of shady to me. I don't know. And the other thing is, did any of you guys watch MJR's newest video today where he goes on a Seattle road trip? He leaves his house and goes out 4 hours away. Oh my God, the other side of the continent for MJR. But it was a good video. Good production values. It was pretty good for him to actually put out a decent video for once. But I don't know if any of you guys saw this. We'll take a look at this screenshot here. So he's out near, I guess, Riggs's, where Riggs lives. And they're out at the local vintage retro shop. And he flashes an image of Tetris for the original Game Boy for $99.99. Am I missing something here? Is there like a rare variant of Tetris? Is that what this is? Or did this retro shop actually try to sell the most common game known to man on the Game Boy for $100? Is MJR trying to troll us? Oh my God, let me know. So the last thing I want to talk about here, finally, I managed to beat Kirby's Dream Land. What do they call this here? Kirby's Dream Land Return to Nightmare? I'm not quite sure the title. I can't remember. It's kind of like a remake of the original game that was on the NES. Nightmare in Dreamland. I think that's what it's called. This is a fantastic game. Now, I've had this in my collection for over a year, and I got pretty far into it and I walked away because there was a boss that was pissing me off, believe it or not. The Kirby games are known for being relatively easy. I have a couple of the Kirby games on the original Game Boy. But, I went back to it today, and I finally got through it. There's 8 stages altogether, well, 7. And then once you get to the end of the 7th, you fight this boss who's a pain in the fucking ass. And then once you get through him, you get to a final boss battle. And I rage quit. I fucking rage quit. I got so pissed off, I shut the Game Boy Advance off, and I walked away. And, when you play this game, not to give away too many spoilers, but if you rage quit on the last boss, and then you go back to the game later, because the game does autosave, it boots you back to World 7, and you got to beat that boss again before you can go to the final boss. But once you get the patterns down, it's pretty easy. But yeah, this game's amazing. It's pretty long. It took several hours to beat. The graphics are easily a 10 out of 10. Some of the best graphics I've seen on the Game Boy Advance. Some incredible parallax scrolling. The sound's amazing. The control's amazing. The level design, it's a Kirby game. What do you expect? We all know that sometimes you can get away with flying through most of the level on these games. But HAL Laboratories, they always did really good job with Kirby. And this was really enjoyable to beat this game. And then when you beat it, you get access to some pretty cool mini games. And there's one where it's, I can't remember what it's called. It's like Bomb Blast. And so you have there's 3 NPCs on the screen, and you're on there as well. So there's 4 altogether. And it's kind of like almost like a ball diamond. And each person hits the bomb to someone else. It's kind of like hot potato. and it goes really fast. And then you gotta play it to understand what I'm saying. But yeah, really good. And there's also another mini game where it's like a quick draw, and the music is not music, but it's like ambient, like almost like wind blowing. And then when it cues you to, I guess, pull out your sword, it makes you kind of flinch. You're just like, ugh. I can't explain it. Anyone who's played the game, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, fantastic game. I'm glad I went back to it. I'm glad I saw it all the way through. I don't know if I ever beat any of the other Kirby games, to be honest with you. But yeah, I would say this one's probably the best of the bunch. There's even a retro level where they put the graphics kind of back to how they were on the NES in Kirby's Adventure. And Kirby's Adventure on the NES, talk about a swan song. I think that was the last game released for the NES, if I'm not mistaken. And it is absolutely one of the best games on the NES. And the graphics are probably pushing the NES to its limits. So, fantastic game. Again, if you're out there and you find Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, I can't recommend it enough. It's fantastic. I don't know if this version of the game got a release on the Nintendo Wii with the Kirby collection you can get. I've always wanted to get that on the Wii. I've never been able to find it out in the wild. But yeah, I played it on my Game Boy Advance AGS 101 backlight. Both my models are AGS 101s. And yeah, I love the Game Boy Advance so much. It's fantastic. Great battery life. Incredible. Probably the best battery life in all the portable consoles. And for all you guys out there that think I'm a Nintendo hater, I love my Game Boy Advance. I don't have many games. I only have 4 games for the Game Boy Advance. I've got Kirby. I've got Wario Land 4, which is also amazing. I've got Crash Bandicoot. Pretty faithful port of the original. It's more of a 2D side scroller. It doesn't really have that 2.5D aesthetic. And then I've got Metroid Fusion, and this is not a fake copy. This is a real copy. And yeah, needs no introduction. Fantastic game as well. So yeah, and to be honest, like I said, I love the Game Boy Advance, but most of the games I actually play on are original Game Boy games. So funny fact, interesting fact about me. So that's it. Like I said, it's just a short video. Just wanted to talk about the fact that I beat Nightmare in Dreamland. And yeah, I had a lot of fun playing it today. Absolutely. So anyways, I'll cut it off there. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.